Oh, shit. I don't have any tight ends.
It's week 2 of the National Football League.
Neither team got the start to the season that they wanted. Let's see who can right the ship as week 2 gets underway. This is taken in at the 13. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. And leading them out is the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, the number 2 pick in the NFL draft out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Able to find Strange here. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 48. He'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Benjamin St-Juste getting up to end that play. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Dallas. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal. Gibbs now from the gun. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe. You push a little closer. And now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Now try Gibbs again. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It'll be a 5-yard gain. That brings up third and goal. From the gun, it's Daniels. And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys finish up an excellent opening series. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So now we're going to look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. And they'll be let out by their 4th-year quarterback.
Katie certainly produced a lot of highlights last week, but he gave the defense a couple as well on those interceptions. And I don't care how many touchdowns as a quarterback you throw in a game, you turn it over a couple times at a loss, put your defense out there a few more times, those moments you remember. And what should really be driving him to get the win this week.
Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Cooper to Jean with the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Running once more with Henry. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hauled in by Tyler Boyd. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Pass play coming here. That's caught for the first. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And the Saints are going to have a first down. He'll try left side out of the option. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Tight end motioning right. From the 42. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Now motion him out of the backfield. Throwing from the gun. He has room past the 25. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Saints are going to have a first down. back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints finish off their opening drive. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Little tacks on the extra point. And the Saints respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Kickoff taken at the 13. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Back out come the Cowboys for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Out of the gun, Daniels. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This is taken in at the 13. And he goes out of bounds to hand them excellent field position up across the 40. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Broke through the tackle. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap to Daniels. It's taken in by Rome Odunze. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. It's a 14-7 game. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
That's caught, here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And this one does not go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Well, no look on his first look of the game, and now they're staring at 4th and long. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. Know how valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Dortch now to return it. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. This New Orleans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Putting a receiver in motion. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one complete to Higbee. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Finds him over the middle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. And we'll pause here for an injured Saints player. Looks like he's pretty shaken up. They'll get someone out to look at him. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Boyd will go in motion right. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Cooper DeJean with the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, it's Jones. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And it sails out of bounds. That's a good kick. Got all the way down to what looks like the 10-yard line before leaving the field. The Cowboys about set to take over. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Daniels. Pass complete to Gibbs. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Begins his return at the 16. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. Jones on first down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
First down throw by Jones. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's Henry on the option. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Running back sent in motion. Jones now on 3rd down. The throw is caught. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The kick by Shudak is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Kick taken in here at the 17. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
And he gets a gain of 9, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Throwing now, Daniels into the hands of Gibbs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. This is complete to Gibbs.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Again, Daniels to the air. Doesn't have the hook up there. Incomplete pass.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Escapes the puck, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. The Saints calling for a timeout, their first, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Michael Dixon on the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. And that hit right at the 10. Somehow, though, got a wicked bounce and makes it into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, are not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
To throw again here on 2nd and 10, Jones. The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Henry. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
That pass complete to Boyd. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Connects with Slayton. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. So at halftime, the Saints fighting to an advantage on the road. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start in the NFC East. This one, always a battle. New York taking on Washington. And you can see an 8-point game as they've gone to the intermission. Chris Olave, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. 3 touchdown passes there for Jordan Love. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Mike Evans, a touchdown reception. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He had 4 catches in those first 2 quarters, one of which wound up a touchdown. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The New Orleans offense ready to get to work to begin this 3rd quarter. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the 3rd. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jones. That's taken in by Henry. He's got a gain of 6 there. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Working from the gun. Here's Jones. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
First down, New Orleans.
Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. Down the sideline to the 45. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 28. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
First down, Saints.
Back now, pressure on its way. Henry on the catch. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. It's complete to Higbee. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards. You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going and get in position to swat it away. That is well done.
He's going to run for it. It's an option right. And he's brought down for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
Fourth down, you want the ball in the hands of your biggest and best playmaker. In a lot of offenses, that is the QB. They trusted him to run for it, but the defense locked it down in time.
The Cowboys offense headed out there. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Daniels from the pistol. He gets this one to Strange. And he's brought down after a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. And they send a man in motion. Daniels throwing on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Looking for the back that time. So that brings up 4th and long. On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. He spins right by him. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Saints returning their offense and this running back to the field. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. On first down, it's Jones to throw. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So that brings up 2nd down. Motioning one of the tight ends. They go play fake with Jones. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They'll motion a tight end left. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Cowboys will be backed up to begin the drive. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside, and that time, it cost him some yards.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Finds his man Rice. Decent gain here, but short of the first. And the Saints go in nickel. Third down. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's caught for the first. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Daniels on first down. Hauled in by Rice. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. On the 44-yard line now, first and 10.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A give to Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Even on the outer edges of this field, Kate, a cornerback making a stop behind the line, it's impressive. But in the middle third, that takes a special and fearless type of cornerback.
Now Daniels off the play action. He's going to push one deep. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, that's now two, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got two in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Saints and this running back headed back out for a new series. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive starts out with a first and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have second and 4. Play fake, Jones. That one complete to Higbee. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Offense set for a first and 10. Trying down the middle with Henry. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up second and 7. They've got a man in motion. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Man in motion out of the slot. And he's brought down for a loss.
That offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out, because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. In off to Gibbs from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 41.
From the 41. He finds Odunze running the slant. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
Here's Daniels. Able to find Strange here. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. 2nd and 3 now. From the gun, it's Daniels. That pass caught by Strange. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. It's Gibbs on the carry. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the 16-yard line.
Here's the first give to Gus Edwards. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks you can keep on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
Throwing now, Daniels. Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here's a give to Gibbs. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down. Looking to throw. He's on the move, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Cowboys now trail by just a point in the 4th. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Saints come marching onto the field. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. The drive begins with Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
Cut out left. And he's brought down for a loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed third down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
On now comes their punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Completes this one to Rice. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. 3rd and just 2 to go. Now to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st.
Let's go.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They give to Gibbs on the option. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Another one for Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Everything now resting on this try from Brandon Aubrey. This only a chip shot from the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And the 3rd time he puts it through will be the charm. They've won it. So the Cowboys take the win here in Arlington. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Dallas.